still on taxes, was on the budget, actually. As mayor, you often came in here and bemoaned the level of state aids to local governments. As governor, what would you do about that?
Well, what I've talked about, and I understand, obviously from both sides, the fact that shared revenue has been frozen since 1995. And I have made and will continue to make the case that that's not fair, that we need to do more. I believe that we need to do more. I cannot say as governor that I'll be able to do more in the first biennium. Because, again, I have to keep going back to reality, and when you've got a deficit of the size we have now, my challenge is going to be able to maintain that level of aid to local governments. And it's not just Milwaukee. I was in Beloit earlier in the week, and that was one of the first questions that came up in Beloit, was what's going to happen with the shared revenue that comes to Beloit. And I've heard it in other communities as well. So if you look at the areas of state government, again, over the last 15 years, aid to local governments stands out as the one area where you have not seen increases. You've seen them in education, you've seen them in both at the K-12 and university level, you've certainly seen them in corrections and healthcare. It's almost 100% flat, if not dipped a little, in aid to local governments. But again, I have to be honest, and when we've had conversations putting together our budget for this year and looking ahead next year, we are not anticipating additional shared revenue dollars, regardless of whether I win or lose. Now, if I'm not governor, am I concerned? You bet I'm concerned as to what they would do to aid to local governments. Local governments don't have a lot of lobbyists.
All right, but in the first biennium, you don't see any change?
I don't see any increase. Yeah.
Okay.